Hello everybody, it's Gayle again. I have been trying to figure out what I was going to do for my next video, and I was looking at some of the things that I have unfinished, and I have so many unfinished projects. And one of the things that I came across, which was something I had intended to do a long time ago, was these baked coils of polymer clay. Now these coils, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they have a little hole in it. And I was going to show you how that's done, and then maybe make a couple of these bracelets. I've got a couple of them already made. This one is just like a single bracelet. The thing I like about this is on memory wire, and it will stretch and adjust to whatever size of your wrist. This one is just one coil with a cherub. Actually, it's about 1 1/3 coils with a little cherub charm. This one is about 1 1/3, and it's got a little flower charm. This one is actually 2 loops. I kind of like the look of this one too. This is what I was playing with yesterday. And you just put it on, you know, like you would any other memory wire bracelet. It adjusts to your wrist size. So I'm thinking maybe I need to show y'all how to do this because it's really, really simple. This one is another one that I made with the little heart. The little heart. And the colors I like. This one is like a green and purple. And this one is like a fuchsia. And what I do is I use my scrap clay. Now, if you were with me and watched my video on making what to do with scrap clay, I had some Natasha beads that I had made, which I've got enough of that kind of thing. I don't really need any more. So I decided to roll them up and just see what happens when I put them in my Lucy extruder. Now, I love my Lucy extruder. And what I've done to show you, this is my Lucy extruder. And this is a little insert that you can put into any extruder. I think it came with the, I don't know if it was Sculpey or Makin's. I believe it was Makin's. But they're little, let me zoom in a little bit on this just so you can see what it is. You see, it's a little flat piece. Well, I can't get it, got to find my lens. It's a flat piece. Can you see it? It's got little holes in it, and then it's got this little pointy thing that sticks out. And you put that in your extruder along with whatever die you want to use. So in this case, I'm going to use a large, I've been using some smaller dies. I'm going to use a little bit larger circle. This is not the smallest, but it's not the largest. It's kind of the in-between. And what you do, you put your clay in your extruder. And I've got plenty, so I'm going to fill it as much as I can. And then you put your little thing with the pokey hole on it on. Then you put your die, and then you put your cap on. You can also put those inside the cap. But the little holes that are in your a core tool, that's what it's called, the core tool. The holes that are in there still allow the clay to come around and form the circle, but it's going to have a hole in the center. And luckily, this works really well. I have an attachment on my extruder right here that goes into a drill, and you just tighten the drill. Let me lay it down so this sits up. I think I'm going the wrong way. I was. You tighten your drill, and then you hold this, and I usually have a little, like a pot holder type thing I use, but I'll just hold it with this. And you turn your drill on, and I need the little thing, the little grippy tool. Hold on a minute, let me find that. Sorry about that. I usually use a piece of this shelf liner because it allows you to hold it. And this clay is pretty firm because I didn't recondition it. But let me hold on to this and then just turn your drill on and see how the clay comes out of your extruder. And that's the end of that. So I'll just set that down. And let me show you, let me cut the end off because I pinched it with my fingers. But see, it has a little hole in the end of it. Can you see the hole? Then what you do is you take your clay and you just wrap it in some kind of a curved circle. Not sure what that, oh, I know what that is. In a curved circle, or actually this I'm going to cut into a couple of pieces because, I can do it this way. You don't want it to touch because you don't want it to bake together. But if you just curl this, put it on some batting. Can you see that? Put it on some batting and bake it. And it will bake in this curved shape. Now I'm going to put this on my baking pan. And then when you're finished, this is not as fat as that one, but when you're finished, you end up with this. And if you look, this is, I don't know if this is Primo or Kato, because I don't remember what I was working with when I made this. But if you use Primo or Kato, see how flexible this clay is? You know, it's very flexible. So you don't have to worry about whether this size is the same size. I think what I did with this one is wrapped it around a tin can, maybe a soda can, and baked it on that just so it would all have this, so I wouldn't have to cut it into pieces. And then all you have to do is, even though it's baked, it's going to be, you can slice it. Just take a blade and slice it. And I just cut that end off because it wasn't a pretty end. And then you just cut it into pieces. You can cut big pieces, little pieces. I like to try to get them about the same size. They don't have to be exact, but just cut you a few slices. Let's see, I do arrange them a little bit so I'll know approximately how many to do. I think I'll do maybe 3 more, and if I need more than that, I will cut them. Okay, so I'll cut these. I'm going to make a double strand of this because I like this as a pretty color. Now this is your bracelet memory wire. This is available at just about any craft store that sells jewelry or jewelry parts and findings and things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off, that's 1, 2, and maybe a half. Now, one thing you've got to do with memory wire is remember not to use your regular pliers or cutters. Memory wire is very hard, and it will destroy your cutters. I keep saying cutters. It will destroy, well, that's what it is, a cutter. I was thinking something else. But these are specifically for cutting memory wire. These are memory wire cutters. Now let me just look. That's 2, so maybe a half would be over here somewhere. Let me make sure I cut the right one. First one of these I did, I went to cut it and ended up cutting the wrong loop, and then I had a little piece of memory wire that was about 1/3 of a loop. Now this is three rows here, but it really isn't 3 rows. It'll be, you'll see when I do it. Anyway, the next thing you need to do is take your round pliers, your little things that you make jump rings or eye pins, anything like that. I'm using the smallest. Maybe I'll use the next to the smallest side. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to bend it and make a loop. I'm going to make this a pretty large loop. Just keep turning until you've gone all the way around at least one time. And it might even not hurt to go twice. You see, I have this loop. This isn't showing up very well, is it? I need something dark. I don't know how this works or not. No, that's not going to be much better, is it? But this is a loop. It goes all the way around. It's a total circle. Then you just go to the other end. Let's see. Let me find some beads that'll go well with this. I have beads galore. Let me see if I have a pretty blue that will go with that. I think this blue is too blue. This is a black that's got the blue shinings. I think I'll use that. I think that'll be pretty. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to string, let me find my end again. Okay. And I'm going to put 2 beads on, just because I think I like the look of the 2 beads, especially on the ends. These are kind of the black AB crystals, so they're going to have a blue and silver shine to them. And then you just take the hole that's in here and just string your bead onto your memory wire, or your polymer clay onto the memory wire. And you don't have to go all the way around. Let me continue with the 2 beads. If I can find the hole. For some reason that one doesn't seem to have a hole. Guess that happens once in a while. You put 2 and put another piece of your polymer clay on there. This is a great thing if you have a craft show coming up and you want to sell your beads or bracelets. You can make a lot of these in a little bit of time. I don't know what's going on with these beads. I'll put 1. But you know, like I said, you can do a lot of these in a little bit of time, and they're so easy. And the other one, this was all made with scrap clay. These are things that I had worked on a project and had finished it and had clay left over and didn't know what to do, so I just extruded it with my extruder with the hole in it and baked it in the circle, and I've kept it probably Excuse me, I almost dropped a bead. I've had them, oh, I don't know, 8, 9 months. And then when you have time, this is a good thing to do while, go ahead and make your polymer clay tubes and just have them on hand. And then some night when you're sitting and watching TV, watching Grey's Anatomy or whatever your favorite show is, just sit there and string these. It's something really easy to do. You don't need a lot of space. All you need is a place to put your beads and your clay and your tools. And you'll be ready to go. Let's see how we're doing on this one. Let me see, is it all the way around? Almost all the way around. I think one more is about all we'll do. Now you're going to need enough room at the end to put 2 beads. Well, I'm a little clumsy today. It's Sunday and I am really relaxed today. I've taken a little nap. I watched some YouTube videos. You see, I've got about 1 inch of wire left. And rather than cut that off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the loop again. And just keep turning it until I've used up all the space. And there you go. This bracelet's done. All you need to do is find a bead to hang on it. Let me see. I think I might do a feather from this one. And let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, all I got out was my split rings. So let me use my split rings. I thought these were my jump rings, but they're not. They're split rings. But you can get those to work too. I used these for something yesterday and still have my split ring pliers out. But the easiest way for me to do it is to use these pliers and put a see, I'm not close enough to the end. Split rings are a real challenge for me because I have real soft nails. Anyway, I should have gotten my jump rings. But anyway, so there, well, I had it and I think I just lost it. No, it's still in there. Let me use these to twist it. And you know what I think I'll do, since I was having so much trouble, is I'll go ahead and put it on the bracelet at the same time. All you need to do is attach, let me get this back open. Just put both in there, turn your split ring, and it's easier if I have my pliers, because the other day I was working with these and I turned and turned and turned. I thought, wow, when am I ever going to get to the end of this? And it wasn't going anywhere. So now both of them, it's on the bracelet and it's on the charm. Can you see that? So that has a little feather. You can put another charm on this end if you want. A lot of people do. And since I did the feather, let me see if there's something similar. Well, I've got another feather. I don't know that I want to put 2 feathers on it, but you get the idea. All you got to do is add a charm on the end, and you've got a really, and see, it looks little because that's the size of the memory wire. But when you wrap it around your wrist, like I said, it adapts. Let me get that. It adapts to the size of your wrist, and there you go. A nice little bracelet with a charm. You can put any charm you want on here, and you can put several charms if you want. I don't have that many charms. I've got some that I bought for to make tiles, but this is just a quick and easy bracelet. I made these 3 bracelets in maybe 20 minutes. So like I say, go ahead and use your scrap clay, extrude it with one of the corer tools, and then bake it. Here's some more over here. These are baked. See, they don't even have to be perfectly round. This one isn't perfectly round. See, it's kind of an oblong shape. But you know, when you get it on the memory wire, it's going to adapt to the shape of the memory wire. Because Primo and Kato are flexible. As long as you bake them, they need to be conditioned properly. Then they need to be baked at the right temperature. I bake my Primo. It says 275. I usually have my thermostat, my thermostat set at maybe 285 because I also use it for my Kato, and Kato does better when you get closer to 300. So 285 is just a good temperature for me. But you can just, here's all mine. I've even got some that are cut into pieces already, just waiting for me. I've got some that are very, very, very thin. See these? Let me see how thin that is. But it's got a hole in it. Then this is the medium size, which is the size of the blue one that I just did. And then I just extruded the larger size a little while ago where you saw at the beginning of the video. So this is just a good idea for something quick. And I think everybody can do it. It's fairly easy. You just need a few tools. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate if you would leave me a thumbs up. I'm finding, as being new to YouTube, that the thumbs up mean a lot. So if you would leave me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I am new, not to polymer clay, I'm new to YouTube, and I would love to be able to go and share my journey through polymer clay with you. I may even add a few little mixed media things in there because I've really gotten hooked on some mixed media. Matter of fact, I think my next video is going to be on a different kind of jelly print. I just need to figure out how to do it because my workspace here is very small. And I don't have room. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. I'll be back soon. Bye.